And to further discuss the recent information that has emerged out of the Pegasus investigation, we welcome Aleksandra Walkiewicz.
Hello. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much for joining us. And so, as we heard in our latest news bulletin, there has been some new information that has come out of this investigation. We now know that 30 victims for sure were tapped by this spyware. I'm sure that you've been following this case very closely as a lawyer. What are your conclusions and your impressions of the latest information that has come out?
To be honest, my impressions are shocking, because if those information will be confirmed to be true, it is very serious invigilation, very serious infraction of the constitutional laws of the individual, but especially in the field of politics. Because here we have a situation that the people, the individuals that were spied by this Pegasus, those were people that were connected to the opposition. So it wasn't the action that is legal in Poland, Polish system, to invigilate somebody who is suspected to commit a crime. But those were people who were opposition of the government that was in power in those days, and especially which period of these actions were taken. It was just before the elections of 2019. So those the period of time when it took place, it's shocking. Because if I can tell how it is in Polish law, that spying an individual, of course, it is possible. It is possible to do so by the prosecutor, by the police, but with the written consent of the judge, of the court. Of course, there are also...
in the prosecutor's case, right? The prosecutor can just order it.
Yeah, the prosecutor, this is what I wanted to say, that in some circumstances, but exceptional, very exceptional and very sudden situation, the prosecutor can order spying someone without the consent of the judge, but only for 3 days. After those 3 days, the prosecutor is obliged to file the motion to the court for the court to confirm those actions. And the prosecutor has to convince the judge, convince the court that it was immediate, it was very important to get some information in this specific moment, that the prosecutor couldn't wait, because those information could fly away, could be destroyed. So it is very important that the prosecutor has to convince the judge that it was very serious crime that was going to be investigated, and also that the moment was critical. So the prosecutor couldn't wait. And only when the judge confirmed the action of the prosecutor, it has only 5 days to do so, those materials can be used in proceedings. If not, they have to be destroyed during 2 months.
So we know for a fact that in the case of these 30 victims, and perhaps there are more, we don't know that, I think, for a fact at this stage, that all those conditions that you just listed, they were breached.
It seems to be like that, but I'm the lawyer. I cannot say something because of the information I get from the media. If the information will be confirmed, yes, it is a breach. But all the proceedings has to be taken to make this information like a fact, because now it's fact that we can get from the media not being involved directly in the proceedings. But if those information will be confirmed, I'm afraid we will be facing a very, very big problem of our democratic, of the democracy in Poland.
Right, we often talk about foreign interference in elections, but this is actually even worse, because it's one party interfering in the fairness of the election within the democratic system. So If that is indeed the case and that is what comes out, what do you think will be the consequences? Will there need to be reforms that take place in certain areas of the judiciary, and how things like Pegasus or the use of Pegasus or the authorization of prosecutors to listen to somebody functions? Or what is the solution to prevent this from ever happening again?
I'm afraid it's not the problem of the law. It's not a problem of changing something in the law indeed, because the law is constructed properly.
Okay.
It is the matter how the law is used by the person who is in power, by the prosecutor, by the courts. Of course, court can make the decision, but this is the matter that if these proceedings will come to the conclusion that there were people who are guilty for this violation, they should be, they should respond, they should be punished for what they did. And in this, I hope that in this matter, another person who will be thinking about taking actions that are similar to the party, former party in Poland, they will think twice not to do so.
And how will those who are at fault be held accountable?
Sorry?
How will those who are at fault, those who you say should be punished, how will they be held accountable?
Like if they face charges, what would those charges look like?
The charges, that is, now on, there is a parliamentary commission investigation that is going, that launched all the investigation. And if they decide that something was wrong and all this information that we got now, they are true, they should be pressed charges against them by the prosecutor, and they should be responsible in front of the court. So the proceedings should end up in the court, and the court can sentence them to even imprisonment. But also there is depends who we are talking about, because if we are talking about the politics, there is very big difficulty to present the connection between the prosecutor who decided to do so, if it was like that, and the politician that made him to do this. It will be very, very difficult to prove the connection between those two. But if the connection will be proved to the politics, they even, for example, the Ministry of Justice, they don't go to the proper court, but they respond in front of the Tribunal of Justice. That's why this is what can happen in this case. But we have to wait for the results of this commission that is ongoing now.
So there have been some developments, but there's still a long way.
Yeah, it's a long way, because it is said that there are 30 people. It's only the tip of the iceberg that it's coming. So we have to wait for the information that is coming.
Okay, well, we're going to be keeping track of this close eye, and hopefully we can have you back. Aleksandra Walkiewicz-Zygowska, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you very much.